The quickest way to lose in life, unfortunately, is looking for other people's approval, is looking for validation from other people, is looking to be liked by other people. The sad reality is that most people are losers. Most people don't believe in themselves. That is why most people have mediocre lives. Because they don't believe, they don't know that the world is abundant, they don't know that they're capable of achieving their dreams. They're so conditioned in the society that they were born in. They've been taught that they cannot accomplish anything. They've been taught that there's a specific direction that they have to go, and they follow that direction. You cannot be listening to people who limit their own potential and let them guide you and let them push you towards your highest potential, because while people want you to win, they definitely don't want you to be higher than them. Because once you're higher than them, all of a sudden, oh, she's using witchcraft. Especially when you're African. Nobody wants you to succeed. And the moment you start to succeed, they will create rumors about you. And these are the same people who you want to like you, whose opinions you care about so much. You want to start a business and they say, no, you can't do that. You're a girl. You should be sitting at home. You should be cooking. You should be cleaning. They tell you, no, 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 no. You're better off as a receptionist. No, you can't dream that big. You can't become an artist because you're not going to go anywhere. They'll tell you that you're not going to go anywhere. They will not push you to accomplish your dreams because they themselves had been taught that they should limit their dreams because they are not going to go anywhere. We have been colonized, especially as black people, as Africans, to believe that there's only so much we can do, and if we do any further, that is a sign that we have practiced some sort of witchcraft. We have been conditioned to believe that money is the root of all evil. We've been conditioned to believe that when we start getting money, our true colors are suddenly going to come out. We've been conditioned to believe that being an artist means that we're devil worshippers. That's the reality. Because once you start truly becoming your authentic self, once you start truly expressing and saying the things that you actually want to say, your African family, the one that go to church every day, is going to start judging you and being like, look, it's that career path that she chose. It's that career path that he chose. This is the devil's work. That's the reality of being African. When you're African, you're stopped from dreaming big unless it's what the colonialists consider to be a safe career. That being a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer. Think about it. As Africans, we are artists, we're dancers, we're drummers, we're musicians. We are artists, we sculpt using all sorts of things. But we've been made to believe that the artist is stupid for not going according to what the West provided for us as a means to success. Are we hearing this, guys? If you are not doing what the West has said is going to bring you success, then you will be looked down upon as an African child. Nobody will support your vision. And the fact that we as African children don't have the opportunity to work if we haven't gotten that university degree that again aligns with what they want, then you're useless to your family, right? Because we haven't been taught to value the gifts that each person comes with. We've been taught to value what the Western people have told us during colonialism, what is valuable, what takes us to university, what provides safety. So you're an artist, you're a photographer, you're a videographer, you're a singer, you're a writer, you want to be an author. That to an African family, that's not going to cut it. You're a poet. In whose house? Under whose roof? You want support from your family? You want to be a fashion designer? Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? They'll ask you, which businessman have you seen making money in this family? They'll ask you to count how many poets you know. They don't believe in you. Obviously, they don't believe in you because they've been colonized to forget about our roots, to forget about our heart and our soul's desires and what kept us alive. And we are now trapped in the rat race. So You're scared of your own potential. You run away from your potential. Hold on. Trusting people who don't believe in themselves, who don't trust themselves. You have let go of your own power to listen to other people because you're scared that they won't support you. So what if they don't support you? How about you look up to somebody who actually has made it? How about you listen to them? But no, you feel it's so far-fetched. You feel like it's impossible to reach. But this person who you're looking up to, have they reached anywhere? This person who is putting you down, have they reached anywhere? I need you to ask yourself that and really think about it. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your granny. I don't care if it's your aunt. Have they reached their highest potential? Or are they talking out their ass? I'm so sorry. But you cannot listen to people who have barely made it in life. Growing up and having kids, taking them through high school does not mean you have made it. Are they happy? Is their soul satisfied? Did they accomplish their dreams? That's what you need to sit down and think about. When you lower yourself, when you minimize your power out of fear of being cut off, out of fear of not being liked, because where is being liked gonna take you? You're not successful because you're chasing being liked by people who haven't accomplished shit and who are not gonna accomplish anything because they listen to other people and not their soul. You have a soul. We all have souls. And the fact that you're still young, even if you're old, the fact that you're even able to comprehend and hear this video means you still have the ability to listen to yourself. And your soul is screaming to be heard. It is screaming. It says, I want to do this. This is what fills me. And your soul doesn't care what other people think of it. So there's two sides to you. There's one that cares what people think, and there's the other one that doesn't. And more time, we don't listen to the part that doesn't care what other people think because we're scared of being ostracized. We're scared of not being liked. But where does being liked get us? It doesn't even make us money. Being liked just breaks our spirit. You have people who are looking at you and putting you down all the time, who are criticizing you, who are gossiping about you, who have already created an idea of the monster that you are. And the more money you make, the more they ostracize you. Because now they've already had it in their mind that money creates evil people because money is the root of all evil. And so now you're even scared of making money because you've been made to believe that in making money, you're going to become a bad person. So there's that side of you, the part of you that listens to what you have been taught in your culture and your religion. And then there's the part of you that deeply wants to create. Because creation is what makes you feel alive. It's what wakes you up. There's the part of you that really wants to dress the way you want to, even if it's considered crazy, that wants to do makeup all the time, even though it's considered crazy, that wants to decorate yourself, that wants to decorate your house in ways that are odd, even though people will walk into your house and be like, yeah, I told you she was a witch, just because you have African art in your house, right? As Africans, we have been demonized so much that we have thrown away our essence. We make art out of wood, out of everything natural, out of clay. We make drums. We use leather to make that. And that is what we did before colonialism. We danced and we made songs, and now these things are all demonized and they're considered to be witchcraft and they're considered to be evil voodoo stuff. We have dolls made out of some odd stuff, these voodoo dolls or whatever. That was somebody who was just creating art. They wanted to make something that looked like a human, but in whatever form they could. But growing up, I was told, that's evil. That's evil, right? And so, even though these things are things that come naturally to you, they're things you want to create, they're things that look appealing to your mind's eye, they're things you imagine and you wonder what it would look like if it was brought into the material world, you now fear it. You fear your essence. You fear what comes naturally to you, and that is your fullest potential. But you will never reach success or your fullest potential if you keep listening to people whose minds are colonized, who don't know who they are. If you want to become successful, unfortunately, you're going to have to start saying fuck you to all of these people. This is what I want. And whether you're in my life or you're not, I don't give a fuck. Until you get to that point where you stop caring what they say, even if they're your family, you will never make it in any way. The more you hide your voice and you let the inner critic win, that inner critic having been created by the people in your family, letting the critic that considers you to be a monster, to be useless, to be someone who's never gonna make it, if you let that win, instead of shouting at it and saying, this is not my voice, I did not create this inner critic voice, because the only voice that actually exists within you, that comes from you, is the one that wants to create, not the one that diminishes your creations, not the one that kills you. The voice that says you're useless, that says you'll never amount to nothing, that voice is the inner critic that has been brought from other people and brought back to you. Your voice does not say you're good or you're bad. It says create. It says I want this and I want to see it in real life. And it does everything to make sure that it happens. That voice is powerful. It has a desire for something to come out, your voice. See, mine, I need to speak. I'm angry and there's something that needs to come out, and so I bring it out. But my inner critic says, your videos, look, they have 0 views. What are you doing this for? You look stupid. Delete them. That's the inner critic. That inner critic comes from outside. I say, fuck you. I'm going to make the video because now I'm allowing my soul's desires to outpower my inner critic. Because my inner critic will not take me anywhere. But the thing that wants to come out from inside me, the thing that wants to write, the thing that has so many thoughts that want to come out, that wants to be vomited out, that is your soul. Now you're repressing it by saying, what you're saying is stupid. It'll never amount to anything. Your art, when it wants to come out from your soul, doesn't usually have an agenda. It just wants to be created. But that is what's going to make you successful, because the more you tap into the part of you that wants to create, the more you create consistently and every day, and listen to that part of you that just wants to continue existing, because that in creating, you are existing. You are finally living. So in doing that repetitively and every day, the more you become your entire self filled with soul, you naturally will attract opportunities that also want to fill you, because you're no longer resisting, you're welcoming, you're expressing. And in expressing, you allow the universe to reflect back to your expression too. It will express money towards you. It will express opportunities towards you. It will express abundance towards you, because you are also abundantly taking out of yourself. And so therefore, something has to come back in. Oxygen in, the other one out. Is it carbon dioxide? Let something come out so that something can come in. But if you let nothing come out, then nothing will come in and you'll stay stagnant. You're stuck in your own shit because you're not taking anything out. You're not excreting anything. The life in you. And then you expect life to come inside you. You expect to see life. You don't even know life. You know? So create. Even if it feels shameful, the only thing that is shameful, that is making you feel shame, is the inner critic, because of things you've been taught. Not everything that you've been taught is correct. Especially if it's something negative about you and your identity. Oftentimes it's not correct. If you've been told that speaking out loud makes you too loud and too much, if you've been told that expressing the things that you desire makes you too outlandish and too extravagant, if you've been taught that in loving art. It makes you somebody who's, I don't even know what I'm trying to describe, but someone who, I think you get me. Just get me, you know? But if you've been felt like there's something wrong with you, you've been taught there's something extremely wrong with you for wanting something. That's the inner critic, and it comes from outside. Fuck that inner critic. Just be you. Let what is within you actually be expressed, actually exist. Let it come from the soul into the material. And fuck the voice that says, well, but somebody else has done it, so what's different about me? You're different. Your existence is different. You live in a different time altogether. You come as a different person altogether. That's why you have your unique name, your unique fingerprint, your unique identity, your unique parents, you know? Nobody's gonna have the exact same family as you, or the exact, like, it's impossible to have your specific ID and your specific hair texture and the amount of hair follicles that exist in your head. It's just, there'll not be anybody who's like you. So there's nothing that you're gonna make that's exactly like somebody else, and so it's okay to stand out as yourself. But there's definitely something wrong with living feeling like there's something wrong with you for existing, and for existing in the light that you shine in, and wanting to express the things that you want to express, and dressing the way you want to dress, and doing your hair the way that you want to do it, and singing the way you want to sing, and dancing the way that you want to dance. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. What is wrong is somebody telling you that there's something wrong with that. Because that is somebody who has been deeply conditioned and made to believe that their existence is a lie, and it is useless, and now they've projected that onto you. You need to start clocking those projections. When somebody makes you feel like you're too much, you need to clock that this person is living within some sort of conditioned identity, and they're projecting it onto you. Your job is to live in your light and inspire others to live in their light. Not to fold because somebody has made you feel like you're insignificant. Not to make yourself feel small because somebody has made you feel like you're too big. You're not too big. You're existing in your essence, and people won't fuck with that, definitely, because people have been conditioned to not believe in themselves and their power and their voice. People have not, they've been taught to shrink themselves and to make themselves feel like they're insignificant and they're useless, and they've been made to feel like they are monsters and they're demonic, and them being born is a sin. That they're possessed for existing in their power, in their essence, in the things that they like. And so, well, that's why they're the way they are. And that's why they don't like you for living in your light. So if you want to realize your potential, you got to wake up every day. Remember what your soul asked of you when you were sleeping, what it showed you, and make an active effort to live in that, in harmony with that. It's not easy. It's definitely like a muscle that you need to exercise. The same way you need to exercise at least 3 times a week to gain some sort of muscle, and for us to see it is the same. You have to do the same thing. If you want to write something, write it. If you want to act out something, act it. If you want to record something, record it. If you want to just, life is one whole recording process. And you're not going to be perfect at it the first time. Practice makes perfect in it. That's again, and like, in order to build any sort of muscle, you got to be consistent at it and never quit at any point. Because once you quit, well, your muscles just, they become just, they just stop existing. So strengthen the muscle of existing in your purpose by constantly listening to your soul and bringing that out into reality. And that is you finding your purpose. And that's all I have to say today. My name is Spiwe, and this is just my perspective. You're open to disagreeing. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. But I also have an inner critic, so that one might care. But me, no. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you didn't, well, that's your own problem. Give this, I don't know. The whole aspect of introducing myself makes me feel so awkward, because I'm like, it's such a like, what do you call it? It's such a like made up thing to constantly introduce yourself. I just want to speak. I don't really want to say who I am, just want to exist and say what my soul desires. And that's what I've done now. And now I'm feeling awkward. I feel watched now because I'm done speaking. So, goodbye.